Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I have some news about Resident Evil Requiem. So there's a good news and a bad news, or there's a good ending and bad ending where Leon actually dies in the bad ending. And it kind of makes me, what the heck? I just noticed how close she was. But the bad ending, the good ending was Leon survives, but the bad ending, he actually dies. But it kind of makes me wonder about if the real ending, if the true ending of Resident Requiem, if Leon actually is supposed to die. People are kind of wondering that, questioning, gonna have some big questions. People has a lot of questions about that. If Leon actually dies and he doesn't survive, if he's actually supposed to die, and I wonder what other characters they're gonna kill off next. Are there killing them off to end off the Resident Evil franchise and just start with the remake and that's it and they're done? Like I'm still hoping for a Resident Evil Revelations 3, which we've never got. Wait, I took that mask off, didn't I? I'm trying to remember what I didn't get. I know I'm missing one because there's that other woman just chased me when I was trying to get, and I'm supposed to kill her, and the time we get all those masks, we've already killed them all. Open sesame. I really have no idea if you guys are even hearing me. I would be so mad if I end this video and I realize this whole time the video wasn't hearing me. I'd be so annoyed. I'm missing one more. I think I remember now. Ow. That woman doesn't. That woman hates my guts.
You've dirtied my.
I have it so I can't run out of ammo, but I just made her mad, so I better get out of here. Why do you have to stay like that? Yeah, I haven't gone to here, so afterwards that's where I'm supposed to go. And the final mask is right here. And this is where I have to kill that woman. But I do not get how... Like, be careful how you posting raw footage of Resident Evil Requiem. Because apparently you can get a strike on your channel, which is stupid because it's not going against YouTube's guidelines, so you're just following the rules of YouTube. You didn't swear, you didn't do anything dirty or inappropriate. You just followed their rules with a video. With a gameplay video. It's like a game video. So how does that make sense? Ew, that woman.
Mother said you failed, but I think you're delicious.
What?
Really? ruined the hunt!
Yeah, I'm gonna ruin your whole day. I'd love to try this game on VR. But you know what the question I have? What happened if Resident Evil Requiem has compatible with VR? Like PlayStation 5 VR. That'd be something. That I would love to look into. But I'll have to get the PlayStation VR 2, like the second one.
Okay.
Oh, now she's terrifying now. But after Resident Evil Requiem, what is that going to hold for Resident Evil 10? Like, what is this going to hold for the 10th Resident Evil? And everybody was questioning and really thinking if Resident Evil 9, the Resident Evil Requiem, was going to be the Resident Evil game, what is actually going to have the character what was in Resident Evil 7, but also died in Resident Evil.Village at the end. And I'm playing as that character right now. I can't even remember what his name is called. But he dies at the end of Resident Evil.Village. And or who knows if they're trying to kill off the characters to end off the franchise. Or if they're just done using Leon and they're just going to kill him off and just give Resident Evil a replacement to replace Leon. Who knows if the character, what I am playing as right now, who knows if he was actually supposed to be the guy who was supposed to replace Leon, but they end up deciding to kill him and just use his daughter to replace him. This part just gets so crazy. Like, how do you survive that? She like put you through bricks. She literally put you right through a brick building. She put you right through a brick building and broke you into it. She literally smashed that wall. She literally broke that wall with you. Like, if you have the upgrades I have, it could actually help a lot. Because ammo, it doesn't really matter anymore. I kind of hope they do that for Resident Evil Requiem. Okay, kind of stuff. And also, like, I kind of expect a mode for it too. That I would love for that. You're under arrest, woman. You give it up. Oh, she's gonna go right through it. Like that. That's why I got out of the way. I know what she was gonna do. I'm not getting eaten by that thing. Take that. Ooh, I see her brains. I don't see any more grenades. Take that. I'm just curious. What is Resident Evil 10 gonna look like after Resident Evil Requiem? Well, I'm being cornered by these things. Why am I getting cornered? Looks like I got rid of them. Looks like I got them off me. Hey, give it up. Just die already. Wait, I got her. Wait. Well, it looks like you didn't kill her just yet. Whoa, that thing's terrifying. Where is she?
Time to die. I'll eat you up, every last morsel.
Well, it looks like we killed her. Resident Evil Requiem has good graphics, and it's gonna be a big game. But after that, what is Resident Evil 10's gonna look like? Everybody thought we were going to be, everybody thought we were going to be that. Ever since Resident Evil Village, we thought we were going to be that guy's daughter. We thought the story of Resident Evil was going to be that guy's daughter. I think his name was Jason. I think our guy was named Jason.
You're the one who's cursed.
And who knows if he actually knew, if he's actually was friends with Leon and Jill Valentine and the others. Who knows who he was friends with. We don't know who he was close to. You can see how many times I just beat the game on the PS4 version. Well, we beat that boss fight. And I'm really hoping for Resident Evil Revelations 3. That is something I've been wanting.
Hear our voice together as one in reverence.
Oh dear, that crazy woman again.
Within the endless dark, to deliver us into fate's hands. As the midnight moon rises on black wings, we await the light at the
I just want to skip this. No point in hearing her talk. We're talking about Resident Evil. But we want to know if they're ever gonna, if in Resident Evil Village, or if Resident Evil Requiem's villain is Wesker's clone. He's Wesker's clone, but I wonder if he actually will. I wonder if he gets to. I wonder if one of the choices will actually kill him off. Will actually get him killed.
Is this?
Or if that villain, or if. But if you think about it, I just realized this. Maybe the villain, maybe the villain in Resident Evil Requiem, but is Wesker's clone. He's probably Wesker's replacement. They probably decided to get a replacement of Wesker. Like a character what can replace Wesker. So a few games, he's going to be in quite a lot of games, like Wesker was, before Wesker died. Like, they killed off Wesker. And who knows if they did the same for Leon. Who knows? Because they already did that with Wesker. They killed him off. They probably did that with Leon. But who knows if
I had a feeling you would pop up here.
if that new villain in Resident Evil Requiem is Wesker's replacement.
So?
Who knows if they made that villain to replace Wesker.
Not sure if
That means we might find him in a few games, and they might kill him off again and have another villain.
Oh, good. I was just thinking of ways to pass the time.
But they probably want to start fresh.
Do take a look
Have like
at the new stock.
have like how what they used to do back in the past. Maybe they probably missed those days, and they add a replacement of Wesker, like a character there to replace Wesker, and they did, and they replaced Wesker
Oh, Lady
with a new character, a new villain.
Even in death. That
What is-
baseline. Yes.
I don't know if he's the strongest. Who knows?
Ah, so you noticed
All we could do is probably just assume he's probably the strongest or not. What was that case about?
Please let me know if you'd like to strengthen your... Please come again.
What was that case I just grabbed? Let's save out here. Like, that kind of also makes me curious. Who knows if that new character of Resident Evil Requiem, who knows if he was actually to replace Jason, or whatever his name is. I don't even know if it is that. I know there was a character. It was called that. Was from a game I played. But who knows? But if you guys have any ideas, I would love to know your guys' ideas. Like, your guys' thoughts and your conventions, your predictions of Resident Evil in the future, and what's probably going to come, what's yet to come in the future for Resident Evil Requiem. But I did hear about Capcom will make DLCs for Resident Evil Requiem, like a DLC. What's about what would happen if Leon died, if for like the bad ending, if Leon actually dies, and another one. What would it be like if Leon survived? What would happen if Leon survives? Then he'll just leave it up to the future of what the actual story is. Then he'll just leave it up to what's the actual story. Is the actual story if Leon dies, or the actual story if Leon survives? We won't know until Resident Evil 10. Until they actually make their news. Their exciting news. I hope Leon survives, because I really love to see him in the games, because I really enjoyed playing as him. He was really skilled, and I really loved seeing him in the movies. 070408. What again? That's 07. What's the next one? 004. And 08. There we go. We'll just get a new gun. What acquires ammo. Okay. These guns I'm holding is actually pretty useful. Oh dear. They don't have the move to like kick them right off you. Like that. I have to pull out this bad boy. But I already like the creepy vibe how Resident Evil Requiem has. It looks like a scary game. But I would love to see Sherry Birkin in... I would like to see Sherry Birkin in a future Resident Evil game. Sherry Burton. I'd love to see her in a future game, and... we need another Resident Evil game that's about Rebecca's story. Because we don't get her as much. Same with Claire Redfield and Sherry Birkins. We barely get her in any games. Probably the first time we ever got her was in Resident Evil 2, and the last time we ever got her was Resident Evil 6, and she hasn't even been in much. The only two she's ever been in was Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 6. That's all she's ever been in. But who knows what Resident Evil game is going to come after Resident Evil Requiem? If they're gonna start with Resident Evil 5 remakes, if they're just gonna start with the Resident Evil remakes and just get them all out of the way and just have them all finished, I would do if I was Capcom. After I'm finished Resident Evil Requiem, I would have. If I was the leader of Capcom, I would have made it so after Resident Evil Requiem, then we would have start on with the Resident Evil remakes and got them all out of the way. And had them all dealt with. Then start with Resident Evil 10, but this is the catch. People would be questioning. After Resident Evil Requiem and seeing Leon's death and seeing the good choice and bad choice. And it makes you question if... It kind of makes people want to question on things. What actually happens to Leon? If he actually dies or if he actually survives. People would want to know. Some people, if you just keep doing the remakes only instead of the Resident Evil 10, what would explain all of it? Well, it's more likely to explain what actually happens to Leon. Then people are going to start getting upset. Because people wants that game what would actually tells the truth what really happens to Leon. If he actually dies or if he actually survives. Ew, you guys are creepy. Remember when I first played Resident Evil Requiem? I was so terrified. I was so scared. Literally beat the whole game without dying. It's all that fear. And that fear has dragged me that far. But I would love to see a Resident Evil movie. So, after Resident Evil Requiem, and besides, also, I just realized this. The movie also, even after Resident Evil Requiem, if they do the movie can also gives you some answers you need. So if you guys have played all the games, also watch all the movies. And once you'll start to know and understand, like, which movie, like, what came before what, like, after Raccoon City's accident, after that has happened, then they came on with the first one, and after that one, then Resident Evil 4 came. No, then Resident Evil 4 comes in place. Yeah, that's how it does, and that's where it brings us to their second movie. Then we have the fifth game. Then after the fifth game, that's where we had our third movie. Then after the third movie, then the sixth one. Then that's where we had our fourth movie. Then after the sixth one, or after the fourth one, then we had, after the sixth one, then we had our fifth movie, which is the last one. Actually, no, scratch that. We had the fifth, but we did have the fifth movie after the sixth one. Then it paused right there with those kind of games because of Resident Evil 7. Actually, never mind. I'm wrong. Actually, no, I'm not wrong. Thanks. Yeah, they must have made another Resident Evil game too. But it wasn't Resident Evil 7. But then they came with their last movie too. Yeah, they didn't do any other game after. But then after the fifth movie, then they came out with their sixth movie. But if you watch it all, they start to explain and get into detail. They start to talk about what happened in the games. They start talking about the games. And they start, like, the last movie, Chris Redfield talked about Pierce. He was talking about Resident Evil 6. But when you start going through all the movies, you start to get into detail. They also will give you the answer you need. If you watch all the movies, you also it also gets you the answers you need. I'm going the wrong way, darn it. And then now they make Resident Evil 7. Now Resident Evil.Village. But they're starting with those Resident Evil games. And after they start with those, because they started with those Resident Evil games for some odd reasons, instead of with the remakes. And that's probably because they're probably planning on doing another movie. Because I'm already trying to look into the research about it, see if they're planning on another movie. And apparently they do have plans for another movie of Resident Evil, which is pretty obvious. Because people are wanting another movie of Resident Evil. So in the future, we might actually get, who knows if it's Resident Evil, if after Resident Evil Requiem, if we actually get that movie, or if the next, or there's going to be, or there's actually going to be one more Resident Evil game. What's going to give us our last movie? And who knows if that's going to be our final movie, or if there's going to be future more of Resident Evil, because people are going to want some more Resident Evil movies. But if they finish off the game franchise, then they'll end up making one more movie. Well, it's going to finish off the movie franchise of Resident Evil, of the cartoon Resident Evil. But they also have their other Resident Evil movie. They have works because it's back in Raccoon City. They're going to be making a second one, and they're going to go from one. They already did the first one. They're going to go from the second one, third one, fourth one. And it's going to go all the way up until they finish off, till they end off the franchise of that one. Then they're going to start with the next Resident Evil movie, which who knows what that's going to be like. But I like the cartoon ones better because it has more feel to the game. Because it's part of the game's storyline. And the cartoon movie of Resident Evil, it gives you all the answers you need. All the answers you need for the game. It gives you intel. It gives you answers. So, like, if you have questions, the movie would give you all those questions you need. Like, I watched all the movies, so that's how come I know. Because I seen all the movies. I owned all the movies. Every movie of Resident Evil game, but in the store, I have it. And I'm just expecting for a new one. Who wouldn't want a new Resident Evil movie? I'm pretty sure everyone would. Oh, I am so silly. I had to think for that all this time, and I didn't know it. Oh dear. Might want to hurry up before you get crushed. But the other, the first type of Resident Evil movies, whatever started with like the character named Alice. When they did the last chapter of her, then she just started saying how looks like her chapter is not done once and for all. She starts saying, so she's pretty much saying how there's going to be another one, and they had a trailer of that Resident Evil movie. What hasn't even came out yet. When everybody's seen that, they were certain it was coming out soon. I've seen that trailer for years. That trailer was there for ages. For a decade. And that has never came out yet. It was just a trailer. But that has nothing, those ones has nothing to do with the Resident Evil game's storyline. That show's just there for fun. For entertainment. I love to see all the Resident Evil titles actually finally have a remake. Imagine having every single remake of Resident Evil and get to actually play it and know what they're all about. That's what we kind of need, and even when they're done with the actual... Like, once they ends off the franchise, but once they say they're end off the franchise, it doesn't mean they're done with, like, the remakes. Because there's Resident Evil 4 remake, so if they're done with the franchise completely, how would it make sense if just Resident Evil 4 remake? But there's actually Resident Evil 5 and 6 and 7 on all the way up, because who knows, like, eventually, who knows if we'll actually get Resident Evil, we'll probably end up getting Resident Evil 7 remake, then Resident Evil.Village remake, and who knows if we'll actually get a Resident Evil Requiem remake. That's only when the game is old enough. But when the game's old enough, then we will, but who knows in the future, who knows if we'll actually get Resident Evil Revelations 3. Because so many people have been wanting that. Resident Evil Revelations 2, we enjoyed that one. We loved it. When that game got so much love, I don't see how they're going to start, I don't know how they're going to stop with Resident Evil Revelations when those Resident Evil Revelations games has been getting a lot of love and respect. I kind of want to get Resident Evil 4 remake. That's a good game too. I did a walkthrough of that game and I had a lot of fun doing the walkthrough of that game. The original Resident Evil, the OG Resident Evil 4 is by far the most hardest one. They skipped a lot of parts what made the original one hard. Because of not adding those parts in the original one, in the remake one, because of not adding those parts, they just made the original one more easy. which I really respect.
If it's nice looking, window shop away.
Okay, let's sell the stuff.
Dissatisfied? I believe this is a fair price. This is all an investment, Ethan. To hunger used to be alive.
They don't have the food one anymore. I must have dealt with that one already.
Food is life.
Sidearm.
I saw you eyeing that one.
Sidearm.
Till next.
I think I was buying sidearm stuff.
We meet. As you wish.
As you wish.
Securing goods is more important than anything. Anything, my friend. Aha!
Oh, I could have clipped it.
Aha! I'm skilled at all sorts of weapons modifications, and will do them for a small fee.
Because you can literally cause yourself to get more money by doing this.
Have a wonderful adventure. Shall I choose something for
You can cause yourself to have more money by constantly upgrading it.
this simple modification can be done in just
By giving it a lot.
Delighted to.
I must have a lot of money to do this. Yeah, it's money racked up. The cash, the price of it racked
Why
up.
not? You can buy it back if you like.
Made it more expensive. This is the cheapest one. See with that. I'm still curious what this is about.
Pay me no mind. I look forward to seeing the fruits of your as you wish.
Oh, I just farted. What is these for? I always have wondered.
To think I would buy such things. A good deal, if I say so myself.
It's every time you get, once you have these all set up, so you don't have to run out of ammo. Every gun you can get, you can pretty much just sell. But that should be it for this video, guys, and I hope you guys like the information and the intel. I hope that you guys enjoy all the information I probably have gave you guys. For any hints and any plans for the future of Resident Evil, even especially for Resident Evil Requiem. And I'll see you guys until the next video, and peace out.